welcome to Slice of Celona. I am Greg Yatman. Here at Slice of Celona, we look at the slice of Celona, what's inside the company, the people, the technology, and externally at what makes us successful. And this episode with Ozer, who's going to guide us as always through this process, we're going to talk about partners. So in the channel, there's a question that often comes up: how does Celona go to market? So Ozer, if you wouldn't mind digging into that for us, it's over to you.
Absolutely. Thanks again for having me, Greg. We made it to episode 2. That's
That's it.
fantastic. So if you're listening, thanks for tuning in. I figured I'd talk about our channel partners today. It's an obvious topic, who buys this product from us and who delivers it as a service or as a resold product to an end enterprise customer. Private LTE 5G segment has a variety of different options and models, but I think we found the model that seems to scale pretty well out there in the world. So the way we design the product is for it to be deployed quite rapidly, just like any other enterprise networking product today. We do that by putting the enterprise and customer at the center of the discussion. So we say, okay, how quickly would these enterprise customers want to acquire the product, the technology? How much patience do they have in being able to run a quick demo, a pilot, a POC? What are the cost metrics that they're accustomed to seeing from an enterprise network provider? And how many different pieces of the puzzle that they want to work with? Do they want to acquire different pieces from different vendors for a single solution? Or do they want the cookie cutter, single packaged product approach? And they usually prefer the second approach, by the way. So, and when you do that, what you realize is the product needs to have capabilities that support primarily 2 models. One, an IT channel reseller, who might also be supporting operational technology, OT audiences. Those folks today work with the likes of Cisco or HPE or Juniper. They sell routers and switches and Wi-Fi gear and SD-WAN solutions. And they spend X amount of hours in enabling their teams and Y amount of hours in training their customers. So we need to fit neatly right in there, right? We can't ask for more time, especially now since we're just a startup, 2-year-old startup. But we also need to be adapting to their operations, the way they go to market. So that's a goal number 1. IT channel resellers, I want to quickly introduce a new technology to their customers. And then the second audience, I would say, is managed service providers. CBRS, private LTE, 5G. It's a new technology. These are new solutions that enterprise customers don't even know about today. So since they don't know, they may not necessarily have the staff to support it, although they might want to consume the technology today. So they might work with a managed service provider who enables them to deploy the solution, install it, validate its performance, but also enable ongoing management and maintenance of that network infrastructure. And there are very large enterprises today that consume their Wi-Fi as a service from a large service provider or a regional MSP. It's similar to that, right? So you got to be able to enable both of these audiences, again, putting the enterprise customer needs at the center of the discussion.
All right, great. So that explains kind of why and how we go to market. But I know that part of our corporate values revolve around customer obsession. But that also extends into how we talk about channel, how we talk about our partners. But that's not enough, right? Let's dive into, why would a channel partner, knowing that we're customer obsessed, want to be involved with us? What does that mean for them?
Yeah. I mean, they work with some of the channel partners out there. They work with over a dozen different vendors, right? They have so less amount of time to spend on a new technology if there's not enough benefit to their bottom line. So we have couple of interesting tidbits for them to consider working with us. Number one is 5G is such a hot topic nowadays that it's a geopolitical discussion, that it's a wireless technology discussion, that it's a heavily marketed technology by service providers. And the C-level executives in the enterprise segment, they are in search for a private 5G strategy. When one of their colleagues asked them, hey, what is your private 5G strategy? They want to have an answer. And guess what? When you ask an IT professional leader, an OT technology engineer, or an innovation team member in one of these enterprise organizations, you say, hey, what are you guys doing for private 5G? They go, well, not much. What should we be doing with private 5G? Let's have a meeting. So securing that first meeting is usually the start of a relationship, the start of a discussion. So I think we can help them do that with their existing audience, protect their existing customers, and continue that trusted relationship. But also, in case you're trying to get a first meeting with one of your target accounts, this could be a good strategy. I'm not here to talk to you about replacing your existing infrastructure. I'm here to talk to you about the upcoming years and how 5G can help to your business. And that also is a great place to start as you think about expanding the business as a channel partner, right? So those are the two things that I think were quite attractive to channel partners out there.
Okay, so in that same vein, if I'm going to be a successful channel partner, I have to understand the business, right? I have to understand the technology. So the question remains, what is Celona going to do to make sure that I understand the technology, that I'm trained or capable of conveying that message to my customers? I mean, do we have something in place? Is something planned for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of things that we do right off the bat. We want to showcase the capabilities of the system, of our solution, of our technology. So as soon as we start working together, there's a very quick partner agreement process, of course, just like with anything else. But right after that, we want you to test, validate the technology, use it in your own environment, use it in your lab, create a technology showcase. And through that effort, we, provide training on CBRS spectrum. How does it work? What does it mean? So that you're well educated. We train you on the fundamentals of LTE and 5G wireless. How is this wireless technology different from a Wi-Fi technology, for example? And how can you design indoor and outdoor environments? What are the performance metrics? What type of devices are out there supporting this wireless technology and the CBRS spectrum? And they are essentially kind of training their solution architects and network engineers to talk, right? And through that effort, of course, we help them during their initial engagements with their customers with possible design options, enabling them with different deployment services that they might want to offer as an additional value to the customer. We train them on how to use the product. What is the best way to install, configure, troubleshoot the system so that they don't feel like, hey, Celona gave me the product. Now it's all my problem as I try to deploy, 10 wireless access points on CBRS LTE to support voice traffic in healthcare. I mean, we talked about it briefly in the last episode, right? These wireless networks are built for the purpose of supporting critical app infrastructure. We can't leave our channel partners alone in their first few deployments as they try to support such critical infrastructure, right? So it's a close partnership in the field. Our sales teams work to scale their efforts in the initial days, and then hopefully we're off to the races as a team going forward.
Right. And the last one, this is actually on the spot, characteristics. So what is, in your mind, some of the top 3 characteristics of a perfect channel partner? And if these channel partners meet those characteristics, what can they do to become a channel partner next?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the characteristics are, channel partners who have been at the forefront of introducing new technologies to their audiences, right? SD-WAN, we now know that it's the standard way of connecting branch networks. Wi-Fi is the first access technology people talk about when they think about connecting things in the campus. Well, it hasn't been the case that way. right? There were some early adapters of Wi-Fi solutions, SD-WAN solutions, etc. Same here. If you have the ability and the desire and the risk-taking persona to go after a new technology and say, you know what, I'm going to define how this technology is adopted and used in my region among my target accounts, then we should talk. And it's very easy. You should just reach out to us at sales@celona.io or reach out to us using a variety of different methods on our website. But after that, we host a couple of meetings, perhaps a live demo for your technical audience to see the technology in action, and then the process gets started.
All right, that is easy. So sales@celona.io, or reaching out to us at hello@celona.io, or through our Twitter, our LinkedIn. There's a lot of ways to reach out to us. But overall, I think, Ozer, thank you. You've given us a full view of the state of the channel or the state of our partner program here at Celona. And hopefully those of you who are listening and watching got the answers you needed around that topic. If not, reach out to us. We already told you how. Until then, though, stay in touch. Make sure you come back for the next episode. And Ozer, thank you for your time.
Absolutely. See you, everyone.
See you guys.